In this video, we'll be looking at centripetal force, we'll be looking at uniform circular motion, as well as gravity as a centripetal force. So stay tuned. Before we get into centripetal force, first we must understand circular motion. Circular motion, just as the name suggests, is the motion of an object in a circle. The path of the object assumes the shape of a circle. And in this movement, the object moves at constant speed. The speed of the object as it moves along the circular path does not change. That is why it is known as uniform circular motion. However, the object is constantly changing direction. We will get into detail in a while. But if it's constantly changing direction, that means the velocity is constantly changing. So it has a uniform speed as it travels along the path, but the velocity is constantly changing because there is a change in direction. Let's look at the object here on the right. At this point of the motion, the object is moving in this direction, vertically upwards in this diagram. And then and you look at the object in this position, the object is moving instantaneously in this direction. At that specific point in time, the object is moving in this direction. It's a diagonal direction. So you can see that the direction of the object is constantly changing as it is moving in the circular motion. If an object does not have any force acting on it, if you just roll a marble, for example, and you don't apply any other force to it, then the marble should just move straight. The object should just continue along its original path of motion, and without any force there shouldn't be any acceleration, so there should be a constant velocity. However, in circular motion you can see that the object is constantly changing direction. It moves in a circle. When it changes direction, it means that the velocity is also changing. Remember, velocity is a vector quantity that includes magnitude as well as direction. So when the direction of the object is changing, then the velocity is changing. Now, since we have a changing velocity, then there must be an acceleration. This acceleration is known as the centripetal acceleration, and the direction of the acceleration is towards the center of the circle. Since an object with mass experiences an acceleration, then by Newton's second law, force is the product of mass and acceleration, there must be a force in the same direction as the acceleration, and this is the force that is known as centripetal force. Centripetal force is a force that is acting on an object in circular motion towards the center of the circle. This is the formula for centripetal force. F equals to mv square over r. Let's go over what each of these letters mean. F, of course, stands for centripetal force. M is for the mass of the object that is in motion, in the circular motion. V is for linear speed. This is the speed of the object as it moves along the path. This is not the velocity of the object. It does not take into account the direction. The linear speed in circular motion is constant. The speed of the object does not change as it moves along the circular path. R is the distance between the center of the object and the center of the circle. Essentially, it is the radius of the circle in the circular motion. When we rearrange the formula, F is mv square over r, we factorize m out. So we get F equals to m multiplied by v square over r. By comparing with the force equation of Newton's second law, F equals to ma, we can conclude that A is actually v square over r. This A is the centripetal acceleration. Remember, along the path there is no acceleration because the linear speed is constant. It is not changing speed. So this acceleration refers to the acceleration towards the center of the circle. So it is the centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration equals to v square. This is the linear speed, v square over r, the radius of the circle. Let's look at gravity. Assume that this is a man-made satellite that is moving around the Earth, that is orbiting the Earth. This satellite is therefore moving along a circular path. If it is assuming circular motion, then there must be an acceleration towards the center of the circle, and therefore there must be a centripetal force. And we know that the force that pulls the object to the center of the Earth is the gravitational force that is exerted by the Earth on the satellite. When dealing with this kind of scenarios, remember that the direction of the force is always towards the center of the circle in the circular motion. Even though gravity acts both ways, in this case we are specifically concerned with the gravity of the Earth on the satellite, which means the direction of the gravity will be from satellite to the Earth. Centripetal force is the force that acts on the object towards the center of the circle in the circular motion. In this case, gravity is the force that pulls the satellite towards the center of the circle in the circular motion, and therefore gravity here is the centripetal force. As long as any object is orbiting another object, when we talk about orbits in space, planets orbiting stars, moons orbiting planets, as long as we assume that the orbit is circular, then we can use these formulas in our calculations. That is it for this video, guys. If you've learned something, please hit the like button. It really does help to support me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I'll be doing some exercises on centripetal force and comparing it with gravitational force. I'll see you in the next video.